what is hay fever? Hay fever, and another word for hay fever or another kind of medical term is allergic rhinitis. So allergic rhinitis, that's another name for hay fever. So it's an allergy, and the allergy creates inflammation in your nasal passage. So anything with itis on the end of it means inflammation. So it's an allergic rhinitis. And it's an allergic reaction to environmental allergens such as pollen, dust mites, mold, animal dander. And it can also be to pollution. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that later on. And you know, the environment that we're living. But that is basically what hay fever is. And people have lots of different symptoms when they have hay fever. Some people have all the symptoms, some people just have one. So what actually is happening, being born by C-section, if you were born by C-section or if you've got children born by C-section, that can also increase the risk of you developing hay fever symptoms, and prematurity as well. With prematurity, you just haven't been in the womb long enough to build up your defenses. And two of our children were born prematurely. So we definitely saw the impact of that. But when you're born by C-section, instead of you coming out through your mother's vaginal canal, you've come out into an operating theatre. So when you've come out through your mother's vaginal canal, you get inoculated by all the friendly bacteria in your mother's vaginal canal, and that protects you when you come out. So as you're coming out, it's going up your nose and in your mouth and in your ears and in your eyes, and all of that is protecting you. You come out with this protective glaze around you. It does get washed off, but it's already got in and it's already done its job when you come out. And that's why you'll have families of children, and the ones who have either premature or they've come out through C-section tend to be the ones that are more likely to get sick, more likely to get allergies, more likely to have food sensitivities than the ones who were breastfed, because that again is another form of natural inoculation, and who were born vaginally. So when people get puffy eyes during hay fever, some people respond really well to getting a chamomile tea bag, dipping it in water and dipping it in warm water or cool water if their eyes are really puffy, and letting it sit on their eyes. For some people that works so well. Other people just nettle tea. All of these things work really, really well. I think now, if you're very sensitive and while your body is healing, taking off the clothes that you've been outside with and showering, so you're not bringing all the pollen and all the other things, you know, the dust mites and the grass and all that kind of stuff and the pollen, bringing all that in with you, taking off your clothes so you're not sitting there breathing it in constantly, are other things that you can do and try. Leon, you ready, bro?
Yes, sis. Amazing information, as always. Listen, when it comes on to hay fever, there's so many. So when I was suffering from it when I was younger, I just didn't understand. And a lot of it is just due to the food that we're eating. So we can bring it down to that. So I'll share my story. Before I share my slides, because I'm going to talk about my story and what I suffered from. Like, I suffered from hay fever for over 30 years. But I have been, as I get older, I have been kind of doing research on the metaphysics of disease. Because a lot of the times people say, yeah, disease is caused by food. And obviously food is a big factor, but we don't tend to focus on the metaphysics side. And if we don't, then even if we do fix the other side, or we try all of these things like the supplements and the different types of foods, the symptoms could come back when it comes to cleansing the body. So these are my top 5 cleansing fruits. Watermelon, obviously, in the name, you're getting a lot of water, very hydrating. So you're getting a lot of powerful nutrients in the watermelon. Plus, for guys, you're getting zinc and copper. That's going to help with your sexual health, especially if you're releasing a lot. You have to replenish all that zinc that you're releasing. Anytime a man releases, he releases a hell of a lot of zinc. And if you're not replenishing that, that can lead to a deficiency. Yeah. Since I changed my diet and reversed my hay fever, I was like, oh my gosh, vegetables are the one. Even on my Blacklisted Health course, I was telling everyone, eat green. Like, it's all about green. It's all about green. It's all about green. It's all about green. It's all about celery juice and eat celery, cucumber salads and that sort of stuff. But when it comes on to energy and cleansing, nothing beats the fruits. So for years, I went on to like a vegetable diet. I was eating mainly vegetables, and I still had one or two health issues eating mainly vegetables. So yeah, so hardly any fruits. I was eating mainly vegetables, and then obviously having smoothies and that sort of stuff. And I was still eating cooked food as well, but mainly vegetables. But I still didn't really have the health that I wanted to have. I learned about the power of fruits and how cleansing they are, and the fact that when it comes onto energy in the body, your body actually needs fructose. Your body actually relies on fructose and citric acid inside of every one of your cells.